Coming up, states are reopening, but the virus is still around.
My question today is, when will we get the vaccine?
Your smart questions answered. Plus, Harry Potter fans take note. Author J.K. Rowling has a new book out. And this fifth grader is using art as a way to help and inspire other kids.
There's no limit when it comes to art. The only limit is your imagination and how far it can stretch.
We'll introduce you to this remarkable 10-year-old.
This is NBC Nightly News, Kids Edition.
Welcome to another installment of Nightly News Kids Edition. I hope you and your families are doing well. With the weather warming up across the country and states reopening with different guidelines in place, we know it's sometimes hard to know what the correct thing to do is or what just makes sense. Know that we are here to help you navigate through all of this. And remember, we're all going through this together. So let's start things off right now with our fact of the day. Did you know that when you have a fever, your body is trying to fight off an infection, which can be caused by a virus? Most people have a body temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. But when germs come into your body, this will increase. All right, now let's get to your questions. Joining us now, as usual, is Dr. John Torres. Hi, Dr. John. Our first question is from California.
Hi, my name is Ellie. I'm 9 years old and I'm quarantined in Irvine, California. My question today is, when will we get the vaccine and how can we know if it works 100% for the human body?
That's the main question, right, Dr. John? We have to know that these things actually work.
It is the big question, and this vaccine is going to be one of the best things we have against fighting coronavirus, but we're still going to have to wait a little while. In the history of vaccines, the fastest we've ever had it, 4 years. This one we think we can get in a year, which is still 9 months from now, so we're going to have to wait just a little longer. But by the time we get it, it'll be through testing, so we'll know how well it works in the human body. It's not going to work at 100%, but however much it works, it's still going to be our best tool to fight coronavirus.
A lot of smart people out there right now trying to come up with those answers in that vaccine. Our next question is another good one from the West Coast.
Hi, my name is Eric Fu. I'm 9 years old and I live in San Diego, California. My question is, if you're driving a car and your window's open, can you catch COVID-19?
Well, that's a good one, Dr. John.
You know, it's a great question, and it makes sense, right? You keep the windows up, you're inside your little bubble, you're not going to get COVID-19. But it turns out if you roll the windows down and get that fresh air through, it's not going to make it any more likely you're going to catch COVID-19, because we know if you're outside and you're able to separate yourself from other people and that air moves through, it doesn't make it any more likely to catch it. In this case, go ahead and roll the windows down and just enjoy that fresh air.
Enjoy that air. All right, Dr. John. And before we let you go, two of our viewers are very big fans of yours. I don't know if you know this, but their mom sent us this photo, and we wanted to share it with you. Anya and Ian Johnson from Wisconsin named their latest calf on their farm after you. They call it Mr. John Torres. So to all the other doctors, I say, move over.
And thank you, Anya and Ian. This is fantastic. I used to raise cows when I was a kid. Not many people know that. So this is an incredible honor. Thank you very much.
All right, Dr. John Torres, thank you so much.
You bet.
Well, with everything that's been going on these past few months between schoolwork, being stuck at home, and also some scary talk about this virus, sometimes it can feel like your mind just can't sit still. And just like we exercise our bodies, did you know we can do the same for our brains? Here's Kate Snow.
What is meditation? We asked a bunch of you.
Meditation helps me breathe and deal with my feelings.
Meditating is this.
Meditation is a way for me to prepare for online classes because since it's new, it's really stressful.
To get all the bad feelings and thoughts out of your head.
In school, maybe you learned about mindfulness. That means paying attention to what's happening right now.
To calm down and release some stress.
But now that you've been remote learning, we thought it might help to practice at home.
I thought I would ask a friend of mine to join us. His name is Andy.
Andy Puddicombe started an app for meditation called Headspace.
As you breathe in, just taking in that fresh air.
And the last time I saw Andy, do you remember we were sitting on rocks, big rocks?
Down by the ocean.
Andy is a dad, too, and he knows that sitting quietly isn't always easy.
A lot of people think it's wrong to kind of move around. I don't think it is. Some days you just won't feel like sitting still, and that's absolutely fine.
Has anybody ever tried meditation before? Raise your hand. Andy, I was hoping that maybe you could kind of guide us through some things, maybe show us what meditation can do.
The most important thing is that you feel comfortable. Find a place in your house, maybe it's a corner of your room or something where you feel kind of relaxed. We're going to start with 2 really big belly breaths, okay? And we're going to breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out this time, if you want to, you can close your eyes. You don't have to, but you might find it more relaxing as you sit there. Just take a moment before you do anything else. Just notice how your body feels. Place your hand on your stomach, on your tummy. And without breathing in any special way, just notice how your tummy moves up and down. And it does it all on its own. Just give yourself a couple of seconds. And then when you're ready, just gently open your eyes again.
Does anybody feel a little bit different? How do you feel?
Relaxed. I think it felt great.
That made me feel a bit calm.
There's tons of science that shows even little breathing breaks can really help our bodies. You could try it with your family, too.
In a time like this, it's difficult for all of us. I think it's so important to find a time, even if it is just a couple of minutes a day, where we do sort of just step out of everything that's going on and just learn to be a little bit more still.
Anybody think they might be able to do this with their family?
Yes.
Maybe with like my mom, my dad, and my sister.
Or like we go to sleep, like my other sister and I could do it.
And you can bring whatever you want, even monkeys.
I have these 2 monkeys that help me. Their names is George and Guff.
They're so cute.
All right, Kate, thanks so much. Important to take care of the body and the mind. I may try that myself as well. Anyway, I hope you guys are getting in some reading while you're home. And for all you fans of the Harry Potter series, author J.K. Rowling just made a major announcement. Spoiler alert, though, the author says this is not a Harry Potter spinoff. Rowling just released a new story. It's called The Ichabod. She says it's a standalone fairy tale and is now available for free online, with a new chapter being released each weekday. Rowling actually wrote The Ichabod several years ago as a fairy tale for her own children. The story will be published as an actual book in the fall. Finally, we turn to a 5th grader who is paying it forward by trying to inspire kids in need, one paintbrush at a time. Chelsea Phaire has a passion for the arts.
I want to inspire other kids to make a difference in the world and do whatever they can to help each other.
The 10-year-old is certainly making a difference. In her spare time at home, Chelsea has been busy putting together art kits filled with everything from crayons to paper to glue, and donating these kits to kids in homeless shelters and foster care homes.
So we just need a world of our own to escape to, and art is the pathway to that very world.
The mission started at her 10th birthday last summer. She asked friends and family to donate art supplies instead of gifts. Before the virus outbreak, the 5th grader delivered kits in person to shelters and even got some other students to join in.
It's like I'm painting. I have a paintbrush and I'm painting love and peace all over my hand and just slapping it on the face of the earth.
Making kits to go.
Today, the donations to her organization, Chelsea's Charity, keep pouring in. Since the virus outbreak, Chelsea has donated more than 1,500 art kits around the country to spread positivity.
It has such a great healing power. There's no limit when it comes to art. The only limit is your imagination and how far it can stretch.
Painting a picture for her peers of a brighter future.
Despite our young age, we can make a difference no matter how old or how young we are. Everyone has the flame in their heart and in their soul to make a difference in the world.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful thought. And joining us now is Chelsea Phaire. Chelsea, thank you so much for being on. I love what you're doing. Tell me how do you think art can help kids right now, especially what we're going through?
Right now is such a tough time. I think art can help us kids because all that's going on is so scary and stressful. We have schoolwork on top of quarantine, on top of not being able to see our friends. And art, we just need art as a gateway to a world where we can escape all that stress and let all our creativity and our imagination run loose.
Wow, good for you. And I see next to you, those look like the kits themselves. Can you show us what's inside a typical kit?
Well, our kits, the original kit is under these, but we had to change them from boxes to Ziploc baggies because they were easier to mail. What's inside our new kits is a canvas and a smock. And there's a booklet, some paint with a paintbrush, colored pencils, markers, crayons, and 2 glues.
That is terrific. Do you plan to keep this charity going for a while?
Yes, I do. For about maybe 5 to 6 years, actually. Maybe 2. We're just playing it by ear.
I know, that's okay. You're playing it by ear and you're making a lot of kids happy. Are you hearing from many of the kids? Getting any feedback?
Yes. One of the shelters actually gave me a whole booklet of all their drawings and paintings they made. From the art kits, I've gotten slideshows from their teachers, from their parents and guardians, and some videos from them saying like, thank you. It just warms my little heart.
Oh, and you warm my heart. I got to tell you, what a great thing you're doing. I've always said, especially when you're going through tense times, it's nice to be able to live your passion. And clearly your passion is art. And Chelsea, I just want to thank you for spending time with us today.
Aw, no, thank you.
All right, Chelsea, so long. Thanks very much. Well, that is going to do it for us. We hope you learned something today and maybe found some inspiration. Also, parents, if your child has a question about what I do as a journalist or how we put this show together, send us a video at nightlynewskids@nbcuni.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you take care of yourself and each other.